Hello. I didn't bother to do my hair. Doing the makeup was already enough. It's like 11 at night and I just felt inspired to film a video. So first of all, I'm aware that I have not posted. I went through a lot of depression and demotivation and uninspiredness, and I felt like it almost all year. And I think it has to do with the Saturn return and astrology. I'm gonna try to post every week, see how that goes. So today I'm here to talk about what I've been going through with my jaw and what is gonna happen and why I'm doing it. But there's so much information and I learned so much through research. I can't even stress how much research I did. I guess I will start from the beginning. The basic premise is that my jaw's mucked up. It's not in the right place and I need it to move into the right place so I can breathe. The story starts when I started having some tooth pain. I went to the dentist and they were like, oh, your bite is causing you to put all of the pressure on that one tooth instead of have it be distributed through all of the teeth. And I was like, well, what do? I already had braces. Like, how could my bite be so again? Like 10 years later, they suggested an orthodontist. The orthodontist said that I need jaw surgery where they cut somewhere on your jaw, move it forward, and then put like metal things in there or something. I was like, that's like a lot. And some people, but some people, I watched every single video on YouTube about this jaw surgery. Everybody that went through it was a total mess for like the first 12 days. Some of them had like numbness in their lip that literally never went away. It was just numb forever. And a lot of them had to go back for other surgeries and their teeth weren't lining up correctly still. I was like, man, this is crazy. I don't know if I want to do all of that. So I went to a surgeon. He took a look at me. I don't know what exactly he did. And he was just like, oh, you're not a candidate for the surgery because your teeth are straight. And I'm like, Beatrice, look how my jaw is. It's way better than it was 6 months ago, but it's like extremely pushed back. I was like, okay, guess I don't need surgery. So I left. And then I think I went to another orthodontist and they told me that I needed to close my open bite, which is this, that I needed to do Invisalign for a year, and then I would have to get veneers from my dentist to make my teeth longer so that it looked like they were closed. I was like, that's not really fixing my problem, sir. You want to charge me how much money? Like, my teeth look fine, they're straight, but I want to have a good bite, not just look good. I want it to be good so I'm comfortable. That was a no. So then I went to another surgeon orthodontist team, and they really knew what they were talking about. I feel like if I would have gotten the surgery with them, it would have gone perfect. Everything would have been aligned right. They gave me a great in-depth analysis and they were like, yeah, so this is what we need to do. The orthodontist was like, this is what we need to do. And I was like, I think this is what's going on. And they're like, that is what's going on. They told me that I could look how I said I wanted to look. I want a normal face. I don't want to look like no chin flicking person. I was just so determined to not get the surgery because it was such a big commitment and like expense and time off of work. And I just didn't think that I was ready to do that. I was like, how is it 2019 and we haven't still found, actually it was 2018, and we still haven't found a way to fix somebody's jaw without doing a crazy surgery. That's not how the body is going to be in its full homeostasis healthy mode. Cutting it and moving it forcefully is probably not the most natural way. So I was like, there has to be a better way. So I did like, so many hours. I just sat there and went through every Google page, like natural ways to fix an overbite and open bite. I found out about neuromuscular dentistry. So I went to the neuromuscular dentist that I found in Austin. He was really good. He was very smart and it was really nice. It was fun to talk to him and like learn more and know that everything that I learned through my hours and 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 hours of research was correct. Through the research, what I found was, and I have to just like randomly take deep breaths like that because of my jaw thing. It's not because I'm crazy and like out of breath all the time. It's because I just literally can't breathe and my airway needs to open or else it will die and I will die. Pneumonia or something. So I was researching because I wanted to know why it was like this. Like, why am I so knocked up? And everybody else that I see in the whole world has a perfect face and like jaw and teeth and everything just works fine. I'm like, why didn't the braces fix it? And what caused my jaw to be knocked up like this is when I was a child, I had very bad allergies and asthma, and I was sick constantly, and I couldn't breathe out of my nose, so I would breathe through my mouth to get more airflow. So I was a mouth breather for most of my young life while my face and jaw were developing. What happens is when you have your mouth open, especially while everything's growing, the upper jaw needs the pressure from the lower teeth in order to grow forward and out. When the tongue is also not up there and the teeth are not up there, so you're like, then all of this is down. So it causes this to grow like this down instead of out, and it causes the top jaw to grow down and still out. But it also causes a narrow upper palate. So these teeth right here, they are like, instead of being like a U shape, it's more like a V shape. It becomes really thin and narrow and high. Like the top of my mouth was so high I couldn't reach it with my tongue. Also, when I did figure out how to get rid of the allergies, I still could not naturally fix my problem with like my basic body instincts, I guess. I have a tongue tie. Right there. You see like there's a line where my tongue and my bottom of my mouth are, like a webbed foot on my tongue. So that holds my tongue down. I could not touch the top of my mouth with it. Like my front part could, like that, but like the rest of my tongue is apparently very important that you have that on the top of your mouth. Like that's what the mewing videos are all about. Blah, 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 blah. I could talk about this forever. So the lower jaw growing down, upper jaw growing narrow and a little bit down leaves very little room for my tongue to be contained inside of my mouth. Where else is there for the tongue to go besides either out, which is very uncomfortable, or just backwards. So because my lower jaw is so pushed in and down, my tongue is being pushed in and down, which means that it is in my airway, in my throat, because your tongue goes from here all the way down. It connects down here. The root of the tongue is all the way down here. So that's when they say you're mewing. You bring the root of your tongue up, which I don't really know about all the mewing stuff. I think it works over time. But when it's as severe as mine is, I don't think it will ever work until I'm like dead, because just I need more. This video is so scattered and I don't really know if it's making any sense, but we're gonna keep going. My tongue is in my airway. My jaw, actually, when I saw the x-ray, I'll throw up a picture of the x-ray if I can find it, to show where my jaw is and where my airway is and how big it is. So apparently a normal airway, I haven't looked it up, but the doctor was showing me other pictures of people that had good airways and they were like 11 millimeters or more. And mine, after I started doing this thing I'm doing now, was 4 millimeters. So it was probably even smaller than that. So it's literally 2 times smaller than what it should be. So when I look at like really old videos of myself and I'm like, it sounds like I'm just like having so much trouble breathing, I didn't even realize. It probably still sounds like that now. No wonder I couldn't run in high school. No wonder I couldn't do anything cardio and just like have been miserable for most of my life. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna finish this other doctor story, dentist. I found out about all my airway problems. I found out about why it was like that, and I found out about what needed to happen in order to make my airway be able to breathe and my jaw to bite good and to be able to bite through a bagel. Anyways, went to the second dentist, the neuromuscular dentist. He assigned me, oh, I think I actually have it. Okay, I'll show it to you. So he was like, yeah, all your problems are valid. Everything's right that you're saying. Let's do something about it. So he gave me this device. Hold on, I'm gonna go get it. Okay. I just went all over the place to find a crate that was just literally right in my room next to my bed that I forgot was there. So this is the first device that I got. I don't know if you can really see it. I don't know if my camera focuses automatically, but it just went on my bottom teeth and I can't fit it on them anymore because my palate has gotten wider. But you can see how skinny it was. How big are your lower teeth? Are they wider than this? I hope so. I put it on my lower teeth, and this part is where my top teeth would go, like sit on top of, and it would make my lower jaw come forward because it was so far back. It helped my extreme TMJ symptoms a lot. This is not really changing anything. When I take it out, it just goes back to normal. Just a band-aid to fix a much larger problem. I'm glad I got all the knowledge from him. He was really smart and great, but he couldn't fix my problem. So I'm like, you know, I guess I'll just have to end up getting the surgery because I don't really see another way. Another thing that I just remembered, this is so out of order, but telling stories or like telling things in chronological order is not my strong suit. I just kind of say it when it comes in my head. So when I had braces when I was in high school, because my upper jaw was so much further forward than my lower jaw, it was like, I can't even do it, but it was like probably about that much further forward than my lower teeth. This isn't to malign that orthodontist because nobody even really knew why jaws had grown that way, at least not in Ohio where I lived. They removed two of my teeth, that's right here, and just pushed my front teeth backwards and closed the space where my little teeth used to be, therefore making the tongue room in my mouth even smaller. That flicking sucks, and I'm very sad, but they didn't know. Nobody knew. They told me they would fix my bite, and they didn't because they just didn't know why it was in the first place. Back to what happened. So I did get some really great physical therapy though. They did they would massage my neck. And it felt so good. Because when your airway is teeny tiny, if you sit like this, like with regular person, good posture, like straight neck, then like everything gets pushed back, including my tongue. So I have almost no space to breathe. So to open that space up, forward head posture gives me a much larger airway because it brings the tongue away from the back of the airway. This is apparently a very educational video and hope it helps somebody if you're having similar problems or symptoms or like anything. I hope this will help you. I know, I just have to take deep breaths all the time and it's so embarrassing and annoying and I don't like it and you probably don't even notice, but it's just like, can I just please get some air? Let's tell the story a little bit more longly. How about that? So hold on, I actually really do need to take a deep breath and I still haven't gotten one, so just give me a second. Don't look at me. Sometimes you just have to yawn to get that good deep airway refresher. So I gave up on everything, did more research for quite a while, couldn't find anything else to solve my problem, so I just kind of submitted to having the surgery and I was like, I'll just do it at the beginning of 2019. So I was just kind of waiting to schedule the surgery. And then I was just watching YouTube one day, as one does constantly, and this suggested video popped up like, can tongue posture make you more beautiful? And I was like, I'm a nerd about this now because I know all of this knowledge. So I'm like, let's see what this has to say. And I already know it can. So I was watching it. Then another suggested video came out, another one, blah, blah. So I watched all these videos and then suddenly one of the videos mentioned the Vivos appliance. And it's an appliance that you wear that can grow your jaws and like fix them, even if you're an adult. So I was like, that guy falling over the chair. I was like, and I fell out of my chair. So I was like crying because I was so happy and excited that this thing existed. And I was like, where the do I get it? So I stayed up to like 4 a.m. researching about where to find this device and how to get a dentist that does it. So I want to wear this ring. I like this ring. It's really pretty. It's too big though. So I have to wear it on my thumb. It's still too big. Wear it on my right thumb. It almost fits. So I found a few dentists that carried the device. I chose one in Dallas. So this is how they did it. And this was for insurance purposes because my insurance is actually paying for 80% of this device, which was $8,500. So I'm thankful for that because that is a lot of debt that I went into. This is how they got it to be approved through my regular insurance. We're gonna have to do a sleep study and see what happens. And I found out that I have sleep apnea. Not mild, but moderate level sleep apnea. Way above, there's this thing called UARS, I think, which sometimes people get for being like a small figured woman, but I'm not even that small figured, but thanks Dennis for thinking I am. So I apparently stopped breathing, I think it was 10 times an hour, which added up to 50 times that night that I stopped breathing, completely stopped breathing. And I was like, what? Like, I knew that I snored, which sucks, but that I stopped breathing 10 times an hour? That is so much. I cried. I was like, my body is just trying to survive out here, and here I am just not breathing, and it's really sad and scary, and it could honestly kill me early because not breathing. Problem. It's not because I'm fat, it's because my jaw is literally inside my throat and I can't breathe. So let me just itch my head real quick. First they took the molds for the actual device that we were gonna have, and then they had this other device. It's kind of like a mouth guard or night guard. Why would I think this would be good content for YouTube? I don't know, but maybe somebody will. My couch is just in my knee's way. So this is the device they gave me. It has since been fitted to my boyfriend's mouth to try and help him stop snoring. So this is the device for when I sleep to pull my lower jaw forward so that my tongue is out of my airway and I'm not stopping breathing multiple times a night. This is the top one, so your top teeth go in here and your bottom teeth go in here. And then you turn this little turning knob here and it pulls the lower teeth forward, as you may be able to see. So obviously I wouldn't wear it like that. You just wear it to the point where it still feels somewhat comfortable. They also gave me this device, which was, after I wore that all night, I would wear this one, which had my normal bite encoded on it with my teeth, which is now my boyfriend's normal bite, which is really small. So I would wear this for like 20 minutes after I woke up to reset my jaw into its normal place. That was what I did while we awaited the other device to be made. In order for the insurance to approve everything, we had to go through all of the steps and show them that, yes, this is a problem, and this is the only way that we can fix it with this device. So you have to pay for it. When you have sleep apnea, it's pretty serious, so they're going to be more apt to approve it. I also had to visit an ENT, which is an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and they had to verify that my nasal passages were good and not crowded with stuff, and that could be the reason why I can't breathe. I already had a nose surgery. I just had some polyps in here from like really bad allergies for my whole life. So they removed those, and I was like probably still a teenager, I think. Probably the worst surgery I've ever had, and I've had a lot of surgeries. Glad I didn't get the jaw one though. So the ENT was like, yeah, you're good to go. So they submitted that to the insurance, and then we got the device going, and I paid for it up front. The moment we've all probably not been waiting for, I bet everybody is gone, because this video is probably super boring, but I don't care because I just want to share it. Maybe one person out there will be like, oh my god, I can do this. This might be the video where they find the Vivos device. La 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 la. So this is the device. It's bulky. It's crazy looking. This is the Vivos mRNA appliance. Let me explain to you what this gigantic, crazy looking appliance is. This goes in the top of my mouth. I'm not putting it in because it's embarrassing. Okay. My top teeth go in between this bar here and these little springy things. And what these springy things do is they touch right here behind my top teeth. And they don't touch necessarily, but they jiggle and vibrate and stimulate my stem cells to grow. And I am 29 years old, so this does work on adults. And of course, the younger you are, the faster it will work. I've had very fast results. I've moved, these used to be touching each other. This is about, I think he said 6 millimeters of growth so far. And this device only goes up to 8 millimeters. So we're probably gonna have to get another device in there to finish the job. It has these little turning knobs in here, which are like gears. These two go out wider and up here, which makes it go out forward. So it's pushing my molars out and it's pushing my front teeth forward. And it's opening up the space where the 2 teeth that I had removed were at. So like I can touch the gum where my tooth used to be, and it feels really good to have pressure there because like there's supposed to be a tooth there, and it feels good to just push on it like there is a tooth. He said by the time we're finished with this, I should have all of that space back where my tooth used to be, and then I can choose to get some fake teeth put in, whatever the hell they're called, veneers maybe, I don't know, where they just like and put a tooth in there. This is the bottom one. It also has little springy things. And my teeth go in between that bar and the springy things jiggle and vibrate and stimulate the stem cells, so that everything grows, and it just goes one way, it just goes like that. And then when I sleep, it has these handy dandy little hooks right here and right here, and I hook double rubber bands to them so it pulls my lower jaw as forward as it'll go. And the goal is to get my lower teeth into this little crack. Oh my god, I'm gonna do a video about the progress that I've made and everything that has happened so far with the jaw device, and there's just like literally a dead bug sitting there because it was in my tripod because I haven't filmed for so long. Ew. I'll just end the video here. It's probably already way too long, and I just want to say that this is working, my jaw is growing, and I feel like I'm gonna feel so much better. That's it. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope this helps somebody else discover the Vivos device or discover that they might want to get something looked at more in depth. If you have headaches all the time or migraines, jaw is a common cause of some headaches and migraines, so that might be something to look into. I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.